Take this example. She went into an area that wasn't full of religious zeal and came across a very interesting event that changed her identity in a big way. There was a meeting with the powerful Jesus, who was looking down at our small blue planet. But buckle up because we're about to dive right into this interesting story. But before we go, don't forget to click the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and tell other people who like serious stories about this great experience. Okay, let's begin. She's here today to tell us about the close call with death that changed the way she sees life forever. The scary news was that she had melanoma cancer, which is hard to treat because it's in a hard-to-reach place. This made surgery even more dangerous. Based on what two doctors say, it might be too hard to remove. She tried taking medicine in the hopes that it would shrink the growth enough that surgery would be possible. Unfortunately, the medicine didn't work the way it was supposed to. It scared her to think that the growth might come back stronger, since she might not have much time left, maybe just a few weeks. When things are that bad, you start to care about life and death. She knew that intuitively, and it probably makes you think about those same important things. After that, an amazing event happened. She felt very vulnerable, so she prayed to Jesus with all her heart in her closet, asking for strength and maybe even a miracle. In a strange way, she felt like she was in heaven when the closet disappeared. It is hard to give a clear account of her events. There was a mist around her that looked like it was alive in some way. That moment of love was the strongest she had ever felt. She felt incredible love, like Jesus himself was with her. Because her happiness was so strong, she broke down in tears. Suddenly, she heard a beautiful tune that was unlike anything else she had ever heard. Her mind was calm and filled with wonder, as if angels were singing. She felt like she was talking to Jesus without words at that very moment. She knew she couldn't go any further in this heaven, but she was still very eager to find out more about Jesus' love and healing power. Within seconds, she was back in her body, thankful and amazed at this amazing event that had changed her life forever. One of her best friends, who was an expert at massaging cancer patients' lymph nodes, told her about her own amazing journey with cancer that lasted months or even years the next day. She went into a lot of detail about how she met a cancer expert who was respected all over the country and the world for their knowledge. She was shocked that she had never heard of this doctor before, even though they had known each other for a long time. She really liked his work and didn't waste any time getting in touch with him. Even though she hadn't planned to realize it, she was deeply drawn to it. Even though she knew there were risks, she decided to follow this expert's advice, and to her surprise, it worked out very well. The cancer slowly got worse, and in the end, there was a full recovery. While she was having a near-death experience, she is sure that Jesus himself ordered this amazing chain of events to show her that her life on earth was still going on. When she comes back with what she thinks is a divine word, she feels like he has saved her life. Based on ideas from quantum physics, she combines her spiritual beliefs with the idea of God as the creator of the universe and the core of life. Even though she didn't grow up in a religious family, she went on a spiritual quest and studied many faiths such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Christianity, and Catholicism. She learned something very important, though, as she looked up at the stars. Jesus is a symbol of unshakable, unconditional love and the power of heaven on earth. Traditional medicine and holistic health practices are both a part of her path. She promotes health all over the body through techniques like meditation and careful breathing. As she knows that our breath, which is seen as a gift from God, helps us connect with the spiritual world, she spends time every day in quiet communication with God, stressing the importance of listening and focusing on the breath. This breathwork exercise is very important to her for keeping her deep connection strong. An alkaline-leaning diet, regular exercise, yoga, and meditation are all part of her method, which shows the different ways people can heal. Cutting down on acidic foods is an important step towards becoming more alkaline. Among other things, this means eating less sugar, meat, dairy, caffeine, and booze. Exercise doesn't have to be hard, but it's still very important. She personally likes doing everyday things that make her sweat, and says that they can help people's moods and looks, especially those who are nervous or depressed. She recommends Desert Harvest aloe vera capsules and talks about how they can help with digestion, urination, and good skin. Her help includes natural foods and supplements, emphasizing how important it is to stay hydrated and getting enough sleep. She also promised herself she wouldn't drink booze, so her choices are in line with her health goals in general. Giving her day to God at the start and end is very helpful for her. In this ritual, people ask for information from above, their thoughts are safe, and they give the next day over to God's direction. Practicing this way is an important way to keep a good attitude and stop talking badly to yourself. Adding positive statements to these plans makes them even stronger. She cares for herself in many ways, such as through breath work, exercise, and kind actions. Because she uses her inner compass to guide people through tough situations, she is very important in helping people get over trauma and loss. Her method is different from regular therapy because it includes spiritual advice, which proves that loved ones who have died are still alive in the afterlife. She also works to heal mental wounds that have been there for a long time and shed light on the meaning of life. She wants to heal and lead others because of her faith and strong connection to the supernatural. She doesn't just use traditional methods, she also calls on supernatural beings like Jesus to help people heal from deeply rooted wounds. When bad things happen in the world, the fact that pain and suffering are so common makes us think about God's role. Her unique point of view says that choosing to live on Earth was a choice to leave a more perfect state. Seeing kids fight over a beloved toy as a child was one of her favorite memories. It made her think about the meaning of life in general. She had a clear thought when she was 2 years old, but she couldn't put it into words yet. I didn't think it would be this violent. People may have made deals before the Earth existed that were based on values like love, forgiveness, personal growth, and the healing of the world as a whole based on this early memory. Once people get to Earth, though, the curtain of forgetting often cuts out these predestined goals, leaving them to deal with how hard it is to forgive. Through her vision, she sees a cosmic play with two sides, darkness and light. Within her view, darker forces are harmful to Earth. She thinks people should think about their choices, forgive others, let go of old grudges, and pray to God for help, especially from Jesus Christ. She thinks that this time in history is important. She brings up an important point. The world's problems, especially bad ones like child abuse and human trafficking, are not caused by a divine force. She instead blames a rival group that she calls the enemy. I invite those who find comfort in this story, those who like stories that make you think, and those who are drawn to stories that make you think deeply about the human situation. Sign up and then come on an exciting trip with me after you get a warm welcome. Telling stories and thinking deeply about them is an ongoing process that will help us gain new insights and celebrate each other's successes. Happy birthday to the fact that life is always changing.